Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadhara Shri Vasudeva Go Bhakta Vrindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadhara Shri Vasudeva Go Bhakta Vrindam. Beautiful Lord Chaitanya, Haribol, Haribol. Beautiful Lord Nityananda, Haribol, Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So welcome everyone to our lovely evening of remembering Krishna, spending time with Krishna. That's what it's all about. And we've got 2 videos to play before the others who are going to read tonight. So we'll go ahead with those to start with.
The Vedas tell a wonderful story about a boy named Paoli who loved Gopal Krishna as his best friend. Once upon a time, long, long ago, a young boy named Paoli lived with his mother in a simple hut on the edge of a village, but near a beautiful forest. Paoli's mother was a poor widowed Brahmin, but she loved her son dearly. When Paoli was 5 years old, it was time for him to start school. A Brahmin invited Paoli to attend his classes each day. However, the school was on the other side of the deep forest. This meant that Paoli would have to walk a long way each day. But he was very excited to do this. So when the morning arrived for his first day at school, his mother wrapped some cooked rice in a cloth, and with her blessings, Paoli happily left home. Paoli walked through the forest, and when he reached the other side, his school teacher welcomed him and invited him to sit with the other boys. They began their lessons listening to the Brahmin. Paoli listened carefully, and soon he was learning his letters and numbers. The other boys were all from wealthy Brahmin families, but they welcomed Paoli and shared their lunches together. At the end of the first day, Paoli offered his respects to his teacher and began the long walk back home. It grew late, and the forest became dark. Paoli heard many sounds he had not heard when he had played on the edge of the forest during the day. The hooting of owls, and the growling of large animals frightened him. Paoli began running along the path and finally reached his house. His mother was waiting for him. She became very disturbed at the anxious look on her son's face. "My dear Paoli, what is the matter? Didn't you like school?" Paoli looked at her with relief because he was home. "Oh, Mother, school was fun, but as I was walking home I became very afraid. I cannot go to school again. I cannot walk through the forest alone." Paoli's mother gently replied, "My dear Paoli, you are never alone. Your best friend Gopal is always with you. When you walk through the forest tomorrow, and if you feel fearful or lonely, just call out to your friend." Paoli was comforted, but also intrigued. The next morning, Paoli waved goodbye to his mother as he set off for school. He laughed at the squirrel as it scampered up the tree, and smiled at the shy deer who stopped eating grass as he walked by. Soon Paoli reached school. At the end of the day, he began his journey home. But as night had begun to arrive and the forest was starting to be dark, Paoli's fears returned. Remembering his mother's words, Paoli called out, "Gopal, Gopal, I'm afraid. Please help me. Please protect me." Hearing the sound of a young boy's friendly laugh, Paoli turned around and saw Gopal standing there, smiling at him. Paoli ran to his friend Gopal and felt safe. Every day from then on, Paoli met his friend, and together they walked and played in the forest. Gopal was Paoli's best friend. One day at school, the teacher announced that the following day was the end of that school year. At lunchtime, Paoli's class friends gathered to discuss the presents that they were going to give their teacher the next day. When Paoli reached home that night, he asked his mother what present he could take for his teacher. She looked very sad. The next morning, as Paoli prepared to leave, his mother said, "My dear son, we are very poor. I have nothing to give your teacher. I'm so sorry." Later that morning, as Paoli was walking through the forest with Gopal, Gopal asked him, "Paoli, why do you look so sad?" "Oh, Gopal, I have no present to give my school teacher, and he has been so kind to me." Holding out his hand, Gopal said, "Here, Paoli, take this pot of milk for your teacher." "Oh, Gopal, you are so wonderful, thank you," said Paoli happily. Later that day, when all the boys were gathered, one by one they gave their teacher presents, including sweets, books, and even musical instruments. Paoli was the last child to step forward, and when he gave his teacher the simple pot of milk, all the boys laughed. The teacher chastised them, then turning to Paoli, he said, "I think I'm getting thirsty. I would like to have a drink of milk." Paoli smiled and poured some milk into his teacher's bowl. But when he looked into the small pot, it was still full. The boys and the teacher were amazed and asked Paoli to fill up another bowl. Again, the pot remained full. All the boys became excited as Paoli filled up their bowls with the sweetest milk they had ever tasted. The boys drank as much milk as their little tummies could hold. and still the pot was full. The teacher asked Paoli, "Where did you get this pot of milk?" Paoli replied, "From my best friend Gopal." The teacher then asked rather mysteriously, "Can I meet your friend Gopal?" Paoli gladly agreed, and the boys watched as their teacher and Paoli walked into the forest. After some time, Paoli saw Gopal and excitedly ran to him and said, "Gopal, here is my teacher." But the teacher was looking at Paoli strangely and asked, Where is your friend Gopal?" Paoli looked at Gopal and then looked at the teacher. "But teacher, can't you see my friend? He is standing right here." The teacher walked away angry that Paoli had tried to trick him. Paoli asked Gopal, "Why can't my teacher see you, or hear you, or even just believe that you are there?" Gopal replied, "My dear Paoli, your teacher's only interest in coming here was to find a magic pot that he could own. A person can only see me with the eyes of faith and love. Namaste."
On another day, an astrologer came who was said to know everything, past, present, and future. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received him with all honour and put this question before him. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami comments, Brahmanas generally used to become astrologers or Vedic physicians, teachers, and priests. Although highly learned and respectable, such Brahmanas went from door to door to distribute their knowledge. If there was sickness in the family members would consult the Brahmin as a physician, and the Brahmin would give instruction in some medicine. Often, since the Brahmanas were expert in astrology, people would also be greatly inquisitive about their past, present, and future. Although Brahmanas would go door to door just like beggars, they were honoured as very respectable guests. This was the system in Hindu society 500 years ago, during the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This system was current even 100 years ago, even 50 or 60 years ago. When we were children, such Brahmanas would visit householders like humble beggars, and people would derive great benefit from the mercy of such Brahmanas. The greatest benefit was that a householder could save a great deal of money from being spent on doctor's bills, because the Brahmanas, aside from explaining the past, present, and future, could ordinarily cure all kinds of diseases simply by giving instructions and some medicine. Thus no one was bereft of the benefit of a first-class physician, astrologer, and priest. "Please tell me who I was in my previous birth," the Lord said. "Please tell me by your astrological computations." Hearing the words of the Lord, the astrologer immediately began to calculate. Through calculation and meditation, the all-knowing astrologer saw the greatly effulgent body of the Lord, which is the resting place of all the unlimited Vaikuntha planets. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami comments, here we get some information of the Vaikuntha world or spiritual world. Vaikuntha means without anxiety. In the material world, everyone is full of anxiety. But another world where there is no anxiety is described in the Bhagavad Gita 8 20. Yet there is another unmanifest nature, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. As there are many planets within the material world, there are many millions of planets called Vaikuntha Lokas in the spiritual world. All these Vaikuntha Lokas, or superior planets, rest on the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, the Brahman effulgence emanating from the body of the Supreme Lord creates innumerable planets in both the spiritual and material worlds. Thus, these planets are creations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The astrologer saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the very same Personality of Godhead. We can just imagine how learned he was, yet he was travelling door to door just like an ordinary beggar for the highest benefit of human society. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the same absolute truth, the Supreme Brahman, the Personality of Godhead, the astrologer became confused. Struck with wonder, the astrologer remained silent, unable to speak. But when the Lord again put the question before him, he replied as follows. My dear sir, in your previous birth, you were the shelter of all creation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full of all opulences. You are now the same Personality of Godhead that you were in your previous birth. Your identity is inconceivable, eternal happiness. When the astrologer was speaking so highly of him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped him and began to smile. My dear sir, he said, I think you do not know very clearly what I was, for I know that in my previous birth I was a cowherd boy. In my last birth I was born in the family of cowherd men, and I gave protection to the calves and cows. Because of such pious activities, I have now become the son of a Brahmana. The astrologer said, what I saw in meditation was full of opulence, and therefore I was confused. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami comments, it appears that the astrologer not only was a knower of past, present and future through astrological calculation, but was a great meditator as well. Therefore, he was a great devotee and could see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the same personality as Krishna. He was puzzled, however, about whether Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were actually the same person. I am certain that your form and the form I saw in my meditation are one and the same. If I see any difference, this is an act of your illusory energy. The all-knowing astrologer concluded, whatever you may be, or whoever you may be, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. By his causeless mercy, the Lord then gave him love of Godhead, thus rewarding him for his service. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada comments, the incident of Lord Chaitanya's meeting the all-knowing astrologer is not mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, but we cannot therefore say that it did not take place. On the contrary, we must accept the statement of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that whatever the Chaitanya Bhagavat did not mention, he has especially mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So now, Alexandra, you have something to read to us from the Krishna book.
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice. Namaste, everybody, and please accept my obeisance with Srila Prabhupada. This is from the Krishna book. It's chapter 20, description of autumn. Vrindavan forest improved from the rains and was replete with ripened dates, mangoes, blackberries, and other fruits. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with his boyfriends and Lord Balaram, entered the forest to enjoy the new seasonal atmosphere. The cows, being fed by new grasses, became very healthy, and their milk bags were all very full. When Lord Krishna called them by name, they immediately came to him out of affection. And in their joyful condition, the milk flowed from their bags. Lord Krishna was very pleased when passing through the Vrindavan forest by the site of Govardhan Hill. On the bank of the Jamuna, he saw all the trees decorated with beehives pouring honey. There were many waterfalls on Govardhan Hill, and their flowing made a nice sound. Krishna heard them as he looked into the caves of the hill. When the rainy season was not ended completely, but was gradually turning to autumn, sometimes, especially when there was rainfall within the forest, Krishna and his companions would sit under a tree or within the caves of Govardhan Hill and enjoy eating the ripened fruits and talking with great pleasure. When Krishna and Balaram were in the forest, Mother Yasoda used to send them some fruits, sweetmeats, and rice mixed with yogurt. Krishna would take them, sit down on a slab of stone on the bank of the Jamuna, and call his friends to join him. While Krishna and Balaram and their friends were eating, they watched the cows, calves, and bulls. The cows appeared to be a little tired from standing with their heavy milk bags. By sitting and chewing grass, they became happy, and Krishna was pleased to see them. He was proud to see the beauty of the forest due to the rainy season, which was nothing but the manifestation of his own energy. At such times, Krishna would praise nature's special activities during the rainy season. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the material energy or nature is not independent in its actions. Nature is acting under the superintendence of Krishna. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, which states that material nature, known as Durga, is acting as the shadow of Krishna. Whatever order is sent from Krishna, material nature obeys. Therefore, the beauty, the natural beauty created by the rainy season, was acted out according to the indications of Krishna. We thus felt very proud of material nature's beautiful activities. Thank you.
Haribol. Thanks, Alexandra. Thank you. Anna and Gauravani, they're going to finish off with a nice kirtan.
No, Nitchalila and I love their family kirtans. Okay.
Well, there's the two of them tonight. The boys are somewhere else.
Oh, no, it won't be anywhere near as good.
Anna, you're doing well with it. Hey, come on now.
They're here online, but unfortunately not in the same town.
Yeah, I gathered that, Anna.
Haribol, namaste. Thank you so
Haribol.
much.
Haribol, namaste.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.